walks into a bar with a slab of asphalt under his arm. He says, "I'll have one beer and one for the road." Hello, internet specimens! Today I'm very festively dressed and my makeup is just clashing with this necklace. If you're wondering why I got so prettied and dolled up in my dark red lipstick, which is my favorite to wear, fall is coming, winter is coming. That is my favorite season of the year by far. I love the cold weather, and this is my favorite type of look to go for. You can't see it, but I'm wearing a dress. I don't know why I just scooched out of the frame. So since I am so elegantly dressed, I figured right now would probably be a nice time to make a video I've been planning to make for a long time, which is my favorite books for the coming into the fall and or winter seasons. These aren't books that are necessarily set in the winter, although that is predominantly why I chose them, but I think they'd be good reads for whenever it's snowing or it's cold or you're stuck inside on a very cold day, vice versa. I just loved all of these and I recommend them, especially in the cold weather. The first book is from a series that I'm sure a ton of people have read, but I'm gonna recommend it anyway. It's Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater, and this is a completed trilogy, and I loved this. I know this has a lot of mixed reviews, but I think it was very good. I loved the main characters. I haven't read this in like 2 years, but I need to reread it because I remember loving it. It's just a nice werewolf type story, but it's not like so fantastical. It's an urban fiction, so it's not like inundated with villains of different genres of human. It's very action-packed, and there's also a really nice love story within it, so I just figured anyone who's wanting to sit down and have a little cutesy time with theirself can enjoy some Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. The next book is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. This is a book based around an event that is pretty much like the Holocaust. I think it was really fast. I think it just, anybody would enjoy this. To really any season this would be relevant, but I think you would be super empathetic if it was during the cold while you read this. So this is a definite recommendation no matter what season it is, but I do highly recommend that this fall you pick this up if you have not already. This book already has a ton of hype. It's been out for a long time. I think most people on BookTube have read it, or at least own it, or I hope have heard of it. It is 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. This is probably one of the first books that I ever, not read, but I'd heard of in the teen world of bookageness. It's definitely a very prestiged book. It goes by super fast. This whole book takes place in a span of like 3 days. So it's event after event after event after event, and it's just perfect. And it goes by, like I said, very quickly. Again, just a night by the fire. This would be a perfect read. It's a tiny bit heavy on the material just because it is about a girl's suicide. But I love this book so much. I know a ton of people love this book. I highly recommend it. This next book is the reason why I made this video, because I knew this book was perfect for reading in the winter time. It's Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. This takes place in the winter, and as you can tell there's like snow and stuff on the cover, and I loved this so much. I read this in the spring. I wish I would have read it in the winter. It's so funny. It's just so cute. If you read this during Christmas break, you will not regret it because it is just so wintry cute. Overall, if you're going to read anything in the winter, at least read this. I'm probably going to reread this come December. I loved it so much. It is very short. It is really entertaining. It's hilarious. David Levithan is a genius, and I can't have enough good things to say about this book. The next book is Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. This is Lauren Oliver's other book that's not in the Delirium series. It's a standalone. This book is a bit of a thicker book, but it also takes place around February, so it is a bit cold in the book. I swear, I just chose books that are from the cold. I thought it was very capturing. The writing style was enticing. I love Lauren Oliver so much, and this book did not let me down. The characters were amazing, the setting was great, and overall the plot was just so interesting. I'm sure this could be a nice fall break read. I loved it. Lastly is a book that I think takes place more in the springtime than the fall, but I still like it a ton and I'm going to recommend it. This is Catalyst by Laurie Halse Anderson. I rarely hear about this book. Laurie Halse Anderson is a well-known author, but pretty much her only book she ever gets recognition for is Speak, but I like this book too. It's super interesting. I loved the characters and everything about this book. I know it's more, like I said, set in the springtime, but it is a nice read. I just, read it. Read it. It's about loss and heartbreak and moving on and just dealing with things and hope and all these different things that I think are great for the start of a new year. And I highly recommend this. If you never have heard of this or if you've never read anything by Laurie Halse Anderson, I think this is my favorite one, even better than Speak. So that is all for this video. Unfortunately, it's very short because I only have a handful of books that I wanted to show you. I think I've said this like 20 times now, but they'd all be really good if you just want to sit down and read something entertaining and fun and happy and la 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 la. So just some advice, if you're in a reading slump this fall, refer back to this video and you will be forever thanking me because you will be on your couch with your glass of hot cider reading your book. I almost said sipping your book. Don't drink your book. I mean, mentally you can like drink in the words, but don't actually, you understand. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.